Hey guys, this is Ryan Moody from Moody Prep, back with another solution video from Practice Test 7. This one is problem number 19 from the more difficult second math module. So if we look at the problem here, it's a geometry problem. We're dealing with a cone. They give us the volume of the cone and the area of the base, and they ask for the slant height. So hopefully you remember that in the sheet provided to you by the app, there's a little math cheat sheet with some formulas that there are some helpful formulas on there. So let's just take a second and go over to Bluebook app so you can see. So if we click the reference button here, so we'll see we have a cone here, formula for the volume of the cone, and the circle equation will also help, right? The area of the circle. Okay, so going back over, go back into slideshow mode. Alright, so go to the next slide. You can see I have this cone formula here. Right, okay, so this is the formula for the volume of the cone, right? It's 1/3 pi r squared times h. Okay, and then if we combine that with, so the bottom of the cone here is just a circle, right? So the area is pi r squared. So they give us the area of the base, 5,929 pi, right? That is pi r squared. We also notice we have a pi r squared in the volume equation. So if the area is pi r squared and that's equal to 5929 pi, we can substitute this number in for our pi r squared, right? So pi r squared is equal to 5,929, right? So our volume, they tell us, is 71,148 pi. So V equals that, which is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h, because that's the volume formula, right? So our next step, we're going to substitute the area in for the pi r squared here, because that represents the area. Right, so we'll see this is equal to 1/3 times our area. We substitute that in for the pi r squared times h. Okay, so now we have an equation where we can solve for h. So here's our equation. We divide both sides. We have a pi on both sides, so we can just cancel that out from both sides, right? Both sides are multiplied by pi. So cancel that out, we get that equation. If we continue to solve for h, we're going to multiply both sides by 3 because of the 1/3 here. And then we divide both sides by 5929 to isolate h, and we get h is equal to 36. Okay, so we figured out h. Now let's look back at the question. It asked us for the slant height. So is that what h is? So h is this, the height from the center of the circle to the top of the cone. So, we can assume they're probably going to make the problem trickier than that. I'm a little surprised they didn't define exactly what slant height is. We can probably infer that it's going to be slanted, right? So what we're dealing with is, this, what I've labeled as x here, right? This height here. So from the edge of the circle to the top of the cone. So that would be the slant height. Okay, so we have h, but we still don't have the slant height yet. So we can see this forms a triangle, so we have h. We also don't yet have r, but maybe we can solve for r. So we know that the volume is 1/3 pi r squared times h. And we know that the area of the circle is pi r squared, right? So they give us the area of the circle, 5929 pi. So we can plug that in for the area, and we can solve for r, right? So we have r squared is equal, we divide both sides by pi to get this equation here. Right now we just take the square root, and we get r is equal to 77. So now we have h and r, and you notice we now have two sides of a right triangle. So how do we find the third side? The Pythagorean theorem, right? Okay, so we just need to use the Pythagorean theorem to find x. So we have 36 squared, so we have h squared plus r squared is going to be equal to x squared. So plug in the numbers, 36 squared plus 77 squared is equal to x squared. So carry out the math, that's 7225. Then we're going to take the square root of both sides, and we end up with x is equal to 85. So that is our slant height here, and we see that answer choice in D. Hopefully this solution was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if anything was confusing, and also let me know if there are any other problems you want to see solutions to. Also, if anyone is looking for one-on-one tutoring, I do also do online tutoring, so you can look me up on moodyprep.com and reach out to me that way. Thanks. See you guys next time.